I'll talk about Lake, the fucking bitch.
We did it! We did it!
All right. Well, now that we lost all the people listening to our video, we are here for the big video, the game of the year video, the one that you've watched 7 of our other videos for, just to get to this point, the 2021 game of the year. And we're going to do it just like all the others. We're going to go down a list of the highest rated games according to Metacritic. So if you don't know what Metacritic is or Rotten Tomato, let me just explain it real fast because it drives me crazy. They don't actually rate games. They are a fucking
platform.
They're a platform that takes reviews from all over the internet and puts it in and then, averages it out. So if you're like, well, Rotten Tomatoes always gives this Marvel movie a high score. No, dumbass. That's just the majority of opinion. So again, these are games that were highly rated in the general critical choice of awards, I guess, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yes, the general critical choice.
The critics. This is the critics rating.
Yeah, these are all the critics' ratings that they have pulled from almost every single game review site and have compiled them together to create an average.
There we go. That was explained better. But with 2021, it was a kind of
better.
Shut your mouth. With 2021, the weird part about 2021, there's games I really love this year, but it was only select few.
There was some great games, but then they were few and far between.
Yeah,
there was a lot of stretches for me this year. Yeah. Months. That's why a lot of the games I bought this year came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I probably bought like, I don't know, 10 games from fucking 360 era this year.
10 games? You bought like fucking 10 games in one city. You bought like 50 games this year.
That's why I just said 360 games.
Oh, 360. Yeah. Well, you know what it is? It's the year after COVID, or not year after COVID. It is the year after the major shutdown. This year is kind of people trying to put shit back together, and things are getting delayed. Things are getting pushed back. It's always going to happen just because of the climate we're in now. So anyway, we're going to get into it. So 2021, we're going to go down the list and we're going to talk about games we played, maybe games we heard about. And then at the end of the list, we're going to choose which game is the game of the year for each of us. If we're on the same page, we'll make out. If we're not, then, we'll disagree.
Yes. Let's do it.
You're just
final year.
The other fans who are homophobic. Okay. So, yeah.
Huh?
Why does this happen? Why does this happen where we get a fucking game I have never heard of, I have never seen, and then all of a sudden you heard of Disco, whatever that is.
Well, you know what's funny? That came out. That did come out last year, but they fucking did a final cut of it, which that's actually coming to PS5, and I really would like to play it. It's like a top-down RPG. It's got some crazy. It's almost like cyberpunkish in the sense of the design.
I like that.
My understanding. Yeah, but it's not like shitty, like 2077. But I've heard I've heard the story's great. Like there's been some weird things I was hearing on the Bombcast, like when it came out last year, of like you can find drugs in a locker and just do them and see what happens.
So half the people in Putnam County in Florida. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Well, I never heard of that. Have you heard of the House of Fata?
The House of Fata. Yeah.
Have you?
I think that is pronounced the house in Fata Morgana.
Fata?
Fata Morgana, Dreams of the Revenants.
Have you heard of that?
I'm surprised you haven't played this because it looks anime as shit. You play anything that's anime.
This is not anime. I'll tell you right now, it's not anime. Holy shit.
It's on the Switch. Everything on the Switch is anime, even The Witcher 3.
Oh, here we go. Having to finish this absolutely phenomenal. I know that series. So
it should not be on tops. Waste of time. It feels same, like giving to score to calculate application.
All right, shut the fuck up, you loser. All right. So anyway, 2 games I haven't heard of. Here comes Tetris Effect. Do you know?
I didn't know Tetris Effect.
Yeah, guess what? The Switch, the thing you sold. So now you can't play it.
I played that on the Series X last year, you dumbass. That was one of the first games I played.
All right, Hades.
Yes, I sold my Switch yesterday.
So this is the year you got to play Hades. So there you go.
This was the year I got to play Hades. So we kind of covered this in the CGR podcast, but which I would like to do again if we can get those other two boys together. Yeah, I didn't finish it. Yeah. I was really enjoying what I played. Like I was playing it like every night when I got home from work, like 2 weeks in a row. Like, and for like, it very much became like just one more run, just one more run, just one more run. Like I got into that mindset. But what I really enjoy about Hades is I think the art design is fantastic. As far as like Greek mythology settings, I think the art design is simply incredible. Like every single character is hand painted and hand drawn. They just look gorgeous. The voice acting is terrific. Like it's outstanding. I would even say it's better than something like God of War. It's just it's a terrific game.
That's why it's a 93%, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing with Hades is it has a base gameplay loop, and once you get past that base gameplay loop, I feel like there's not much more to see, because once you see every boon, once you use every weapon, even if you upgrade the weapons, the loop starts to kind of set in, and then it becomes tedious. Yeah. So it's really more you start playing just for the sake of wanting to be better. Yeah. And that's kind of what it came like to me. But I beat Hades twice. I think you have to beat him 3 times to beat the game. I beat him twice. I probably played 20, 25 hours. I did not finish it. I will probably go back to it. I can't say for sure, but I will say I enjoyed it. It is one of the better games I've played this year. Am I going to add it to my list? No, but I did enjoy what I played with Hades.
Well, so far 5 fucking games I don't really love or know about.
Well, fortunately,
here we go.
I've not played it yet. I would like to play it. It's just fucking 120 gigs. So.
Wow, that's 120. Yeah, it does look really good.
Like 117, dude, or something like that. I wanted to download it to check it out. I probably will, but
I find it hysterical that Final Fantasy 14 is on here simply for the fact that half the people can't even play it.
Yeah,
it's so
dude,
funny.
I'm telling you, that fucking group I joined.
Dude, what I saw, the funniest thing I've heard about Final Fantasy right now, the best meme or comment I saw was people didn't want to play or couldn't play Cyberpunk because it was so bad. People can't play Final Fantasy and had to take it off the store because it's so good that so many people want to play and they can't keep up with the demand. That's crazy. I love to hear how successful it is, but someone who has played MMOs since a kid, I've learned my lesson not to fucking touch an MMO expansion for the first month.
I did it with WoW, and when I did it with WoW, I had no issues. Like I didn't really have many server crashes or game crashes.
The first expansion had problems. After that it didn't, but also
maybe it did. Yeah, I don't remember Burning Crusade's launch too well.
WoW is on the computer only, and Final Fantasy is on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC.
It's not on PS3.
I'm sorry, you're right, not PS4.
I was gonna say,
PS4, PS5.
PS3 can't run that shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But that's still a lot. PS5, you know? I don't know how much goes behind the scene of what they're doing, but I'm sure it's just a lot, and that's a bigger fan base.
The servers are probably the same for PS4 and PS5.
Yeah, they're all the same. That's what I'm saying. So you have 3 different platforms, whereas WoW was PC. And so they kind of had an idea. And I feel like Final Fantasy, every time an expansion comes out, they get a lot of new fucking players. And they're just like shit.
I was watching the stream whenever they announced it, and I think they said they had reached like 11 million concurrent players or something like that, which is fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, look at the scores. The people who are playing it say it's fantastic.
Well, you know, a big reason too for their rise in the player base is because everything I've heard about WoW in the past 10 years, people have just become fucking done with it. Like players that have been playing for 15 years. Like just stop playing because they don't want to deal with any more horse shit. They feel the changes aren't new enough. Like I've just heard there's been a lot of player loss with WoW, and even more so now with the fucking great company that Blizzard has been shown to be.
Yeah, rapist.
Rapists, molesters, and treating women like shit. They're fantastic. You know, like their upper management there is something to be desired in all companies. You know, Bobby Kotick, that fat piece of dog fucking piece of shit, you know, like covering for the managers there and fucking sending an email from his secretary's fucking email to the fucking board, basically backing the. He basically sent an email from his secretary's email, I think, to the Activision board, saying how there was not going to be any action or something like that, and that all the employees were behind like him in the sense of his decision. Some crazy shit. I need to look into it again, but basically psychopathic, sociopathic shit.
Yeah, power and control.
Yeah, 100%.
Good old capitalism.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the games.
I haven't played Endwalker. I am gonna play it when I get my PS5, which I pretty much now have the money for whenever I get paid on my Christmas money from people. But
this one you played.
Well, hold on one second. I do want to get to Endwalker. I do. I've heard it's the best expansion. We'll eventually get there because I got to Stormblood. You're
2025.
Yeah, maybe 2026, but yeah. So I can't wait to see Endwalker. But yeah, Psychonauts 2.
Wasn't for you. Yeah, I feel like that's most of the games for that company.
It's Psychonauts. It's Psychonauts. It looks better. I guess it plays better. I mean,
you know, it's really surprising.
I've already said in this series how I feel about Psychonauts.
Look how high it is, and like
people love that shit. Like, you know what it is? It's that art style. I don't know why people like that big-headed fucking art style and small body. I think it sucks ass. I just think it looks like shit. But you know what? I just think it's the atmosphere, it's the characters, it's the powers. I think it's a combination.
It's quirky.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's quirky. It's weird. It's got comedy, which, you know, like that's something I'm into. But it's just, I think a lot of it has to do with the art design.
Yeah.
I've just never liked the art design of Psychonauts, and like the fucking main character's voice annoys the shit out of me.
You know what it is? It kind of reminds me of like 90s art, like over the top, weird.
It's very
cartoonish.
It's very Cartoon Network. It's like it's like early 2000s Cartoon Network shit. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog,
which is maybe why it connects to people. You know, I can see where it's going and why people would love it. It's one of those games, like we say, where I can definitely see why people like it, but none of it's made for me. It's just those type of games.
It is. You know what? It's exactly what they marketed it as. And I didn't expect it to be anything different than Psychonauts 1, and I was right. I played it for maybe half an hour. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done.
Well, what I want to say real fast is holy shit. Do you notice something here? We got 1, 2,
3 games I'm thinking about aren't even in the top 10.
4 games that are in the top 10 are Xbox Series X games. That is something you don't usually see.
A few of them are multi-platform, but yeah.
Well, yeah, if you count the PC, but if you don't count PC, if we're talking console, it is 4 and not one single Sony exclusive.
Well, yeah, and Walker's not exclusive.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting because for years Microsoft was lacking. So it's nice to see them, you know, fucking punch back a little bit.
Flight Simulator. We talked about Flight Simulator, didn't we?
Yeah. Tony Hawk.
Cool idea, not for me.
You bought that. Oh, finally a game I played, Mass Effect.
I did play Pro Skater, yeah. But Pro Skater came out last year. It came out last year for
Xbox and PS4.
Yeah, well, for Series X too, it came out last year, but they didn't put the PS5 version out until in March because it wasn't ready.
That's weird.
But yeah, I love Pro Skater. Wait, what was that about? Oh, Chicory. I've heard that's pretty good.
I haven't heard of this. I've heard It Takes Two. I really do want to play It Takes Two. I've heard it's fun.
It got Game of the Year at the fucking awards.
Yeah, and so
to see that.
I'll definitely try it. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I really enjoyed. I played 1 and 2. Very fun.
It's on EA Play.
It Takes Two?
Yeah.
So that means it's on
we could play it if we wanted to.
Yeah, I want to play that.
Yeah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, yeah. I don't have much to say about that. I fell off of it just because I fucked up playing 1. I lost 30 minutes of progress because I forgot that Mass Effect 1 you have to save very consistently. The auto save in it is not great. So I lost like 30 minutes of progress twice. And I'm like, yeah, I need to step away from this. I was too pissed.
That happens to me too.
This I wanted to check out when I had my Switch, but I just couldn't justify the purchase.
This is
But
just.
I've heard it's interesting. I mean, it's.
I've heard of this. Isn't this the same game, but just an extra like game in it?
Yeah, it's an open world Mario game. It's like Sunshine or 64, but
I don't really care enough.
Mario can turn into a giant fucking Super Saiyan cat. So that's what actually drew me to it.
Super Saiyan?
Yeah. Super Saiyan Kenny!
Yeah, no, I really fell off hard on Mario. Like I do love Mario.
I couldn't even finish Odyssey.
But like, yeah, that's the thing, is like the 3D ones.
It seems like a great Mario game, but
I want a 2D Mario again, just to play 2D. I like 2D. Final Fantasy VII, the remake that integrate with the expansion. I still gotta play that. I know people keep telling me it's great.
Is that a $10 upcharge on the store?
Yeah, I know, right? And I should just do it, but because you can get the free game of the upgrade, but it's like $10 to get the expansion or the 5-hour thing, whatever it is with Yuffie. But yeah, I will get to that. Man, I haven't played shit on this list so far except Mass Effect.
Psychonauts 2, Death's Door.
Death's Door. I've not heard of that. Dusk. Fez. It Takes Two. Fez. Isn't Fez old as shit?
You love Fez. Yeah, it is.
Oh, Switch, that's why.
You love it.
Deathloop. I played that. Didn't like that one. Oh, Ratchet and Clank. Okay. So there it is. PlayStation.
I'd like to add Ratchet and Clank. I can't. The first 3 games I'm going to get for 4 games rather for my PS5 are going to be Demon Souls, Miles, Ratchet and Clank, and the Ghost of Tsushima, because I own it on PS4, so I just have to pay $10 to get the director's cut.
No.
Which means no.
That's not how it works. For Ghost no, it's not. I looked up because I thought so too.
If you own the PS4 version, it's $10,
nope.
Isn't it?
So it's $10.
Or is it 20?
Nope, it's $10 if you want to upgrade to the PS5, but if you want that expansion, it's $30.
That's right.
What the fuck?
I'll pay it, yeah.
No, I'm not paying that.
I'll pay it because I want to get back into Ghosts, and I feel like well, you know, the thing about Ghosts is I had performance issues on it, but it looked incredible.
So, it was a gorgeous game.
Yeah, but it definitely had performance issues. But I feel like I'm gonna treat it the same thing like I'm treating Valhalla right now.
Just skipping the side shit.
Yeah, I feel like if I skip a lot of that, I'll have a much better time, and I feel like I won't feel overpowered, and the combat won't get boring. So
and the story won't drag on for 20 billion hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, for someone who has played Ratchet and Clank, it was fun.
Yeah, you didn't really tell me much about it.
That's basically
you were pretty quiet on it.
Yeah, it was fun. And then it just never did anything beyond being okay. It was a pretty looking game, but Ratchet and Clank is always a pretty looking game. And
how was it with the like changing dimensions and stuff? Like, was that as groundbreaking as they marketed it as? Or?
Definitely not. I mean, you do it sometimes, which is really cool, but it's not all, it's like once in a while, which, okay, if it's like a big moment, like, in God of War, when you go through the fucking gates and shit, that last moment, it's memorable as hell. Like, I'll never forget that. And this, I'm like, what was that last dimension I jumped through? And now I can't tell you.
Like, there was no environments that stood out. What about the weapons? Because that's always the biggest thing, of course.
The weapons were good. I felt like they were lacking in creativity this time. I'd say the biggest plus for me, and surprisingly, was the new character. I really liked her.
Yeah, what's her name? Is it
I forget her name, but her backstory of why she did what she did and why she's kind of more of a like more brunt and like, kind of an asshole sometimes is really a cool parallel to Ratchet and how he grew up. So I really like that because they're the same person. This is multiverse shit. So they're the same, just reversed. So yeah, I really
is that a spoiler?
No, they tell you.
I haven't played the game.
No, they told you in the commercials and shit. Like she in the first trailer.
So she is Ratchet. She's just Ratchet in another universe.
Yeah, it's like if she was in one, it's like she's the variant. If you watch like Loki and shit, she's the variant of him, or he's the variant of her. So it's just a different version of each other. Like it's basically like the Spider-Man movies. Like, you know, you got the Peter Parkers and
Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah. So same thing. But yeah, it was okay. A little overrated. I don't know if that's a little high.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprising.
Yeah, a little overrated for me. Monster Hunter Rise, I bought and still have not opened the package.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna play it. I've heard it's a lot of fun. I heard the best part about it is that it's actually fun single player, which is new. So I'm gonna give it a little go. Zawos.
I had an issue with those controls when we played the demo. I don't know why. I had an issue with those controls.
Yeah, well,
what it was, they felt so different, like because the buttons were not in the same place. Because you know the fucking Pro controller and Nintendo's controllers, the fucking buttons are reversed. So X is on the top and Y is on the left and B is on the bottom and A is on the right.
Well, you know Nintendo has to be different. I swear, between Nintendo and fucking Hideo Kojima, it's like they simply go into Hideo Kojima. They go into these fucking games and they go,
it's pronounced Kojima.
Whatever the fuck his name is. Listen, I hate that he does this shit.
Kojima.
He fucking opens up the game, he's creating it, and they're like, oh, perfect. So this is to shoot, right? He's like, nah. We going to put fucking circle as the shoot button. Like, no other game does that. Like, no other game. And I'm just like, why?
Oh, you're talking about like Metal Gear Solid 3, right?
I'm talking about any fucking game he makes. Fucking Zone the Unders, like it was like triangle to fucking go forward.
Death Stranding and MGS4 weren't like that.
Yes, there were. Metal Gear Solid 4 had something.
It was not circle to shoot.
No, I'm saying his controls are fucking different on purpose to make his game stand out.
I thought Metal Gear Solid 4 controlled very well.
It's not that they don't. It's not that they don't control fine, they're just different. Like he simply makes the different buttons for different things than they normally are. And it just drives me fucking insane.
That's just the Japanese. Man.
No, it's definitely not. Ratchet and Clank is not Ratchet and Clank. Endwalker is fucking just like every other MMO, and that's Japanese as shit. The fucking anime character looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, but that's also they're taking, you know, a PC control. They're taking a keyboard controls and binding it to a controller. So I think they did that pretty well, but like it.
All right. Well, what about Monster Hunter World?
It's the whole thing with the Japanese, how like
Resident Evil.
It's been this way for years, for the last like 20, 25 years, where when you're backing out of a menu or when you're in an options menu, you have to confirm your settings. And then when you're backing out, you have to confirm if you're backing out. They have a lot of confirmation props, which is not common in American gaming.
Yeah, because Americans are stupid.
Or like, yeah, you backed out, you fucked up. So Rise, it looked cool in the marketing, you know. I actually remember I got the memory, like when you tagged me in the first trailer, when I saw you could fucking have a pet owl, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, you know what it was too, when you played Rise, you were a miserable person. And so that could have been also contributing. You were going through a rough patch during that. So sometimes that happens to me too. When I'm playing a game.
We played the demo before it came out, and
you were not in a good place.
Yeah,
which God of War, that was me.
Depression really early this year.
Because I played God of War the first time and I was not in a good place. And man, did I not get far in God of War. I got like 2 hours and I'm like, I fucking hate this game. I got lost. I'm like, how the fuck did I get lost? I was just, and that's a big thing, I feel like. So that's why sometimes like I give games a second chance. Because
I do that. So I'm fucking playing Valhalla now.
I know. If you guys don't understand this, go watch Assassin's Creed. He fucking hated that game, and now he's like, You know what? I bought that indie expansion.
I never said I hated Valhalla. I never said I hated Valhalla or Odyssey. I said they were boring.
Yeah, you said both were all this.
I never said they were bad games. Yeah, all of them. We said at the beginning, I said there are no bad Assassin's Creeds. Yeah. There's some that are boring.
Yeah, you just put it under Unity like a fucking insane person. But yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I need to go back to
okay, let's go. We're never gonna get through this. All right, Ghost.
Oh no, we got a powwow. It's been a while.
We're already 37 minutes.
Powwow!
Oh god. Metroid Dread. I actually was going to play this, but then someone told me, they said, listen, James.
Metroid Dread?
Yeah, they said, James, this is a fantastic game. I said, oh, great. I think I'm going to pick it up. And they go, you're not going to like it. It's like
5 hours.
Well, I heard there's a ton of backtracking.
Yeah, an incredible amount. It's a Metroid game. It's famous for it.
It's just, this is it. It's like, I'm so old now. I don't want to fucking backtrack. Yeah, right. I don't want to repeat areas.
Pretty old.
Well, it's just like, like you, my time cannot be wasted. And if I fucking have to backtrack the same place 3 or 4 times, if I have to fight the same fucking enemy 6 or 7 times, it's not happening for me anymore. It's just not.
Some Whitey today. Go up. Hold on.
What? You don't Ghost. We already talked about Ghost.
No, I just want to see what else was. Yeah, Metroid Dread. Yeah, I heard some good things about it, but it's a Metroid game. I heard it plays very well, but
it looks great. It looks great. The artistic design of making it more horror, I think, is awesome. But yeah, you know what? I'll get it if I ever find it for $20.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna rent it on GameFly.
Yeah.
GameFly. Give me a month free.
You can rent Switch games on GameFly?
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking tiny. Guys.
I know that my wife is playing Pokemon. I didn't have to spend more than $20 a month, and she's the happiest woman.
That's right. I recently rented DMC5 and Far Cry 6, which I played an hour of Far Cry 6 earlier this week, and I want to go back to it.
You did it?
I did play an hour.
Oh, okay.
Far Cry 6. Yeah, I got my alligator, and he killed some people. And so
the alligator's fucking funny.
Yeah, he wears a leather jacket.
Yeah.
So
there's your game.
This was one of the best games I played all year, and it has the potential to be my game of the year.
So you did play Hitman 3?
Yes.
Okay, because the last time I
talked to you, it was the first game I bought.
Well, when you bought it, you didn't play it right away because you were replaying 1 and 2.
Why? Because I had gotten 1 and 2 on sale, and I wanted to replay through 1 and 2 again before I started 3. So
would you say 3 is the best of the trilogy?
I didn't start 3 till February or so, but yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. I was just wondering. And
I love Hitman 1 and 2. I would say I like maybe 1 a little bit more in terms of its story, but 2 is so great. But this, man, like the reason I like this one a lot is because they kind of go back to that Absolution similar type of story where 47's on the run. He's basically, being fucking hunted.
Oh.
Yeah, but see, like, I like that Absolution. The problem with Absolution is that the story was dumb as shit. And it was, like, written by fucking, like, B-movie writers. Like, they had this fucking big, deformed, like, motherfucker, you remember, that, like, looked kind of like Danny Trejo, but, like, had the body of a 40-year-old single mother of 5. He was nasty. Yeah, he was nasty and ugly. And then fucking, like, I think it was Keith Carradine or something like that played the main dude. No, it wasn't Keith Carradine. It was someone else famous. But yeah, it's just so it's similar to that story. But this to me has the best Hitman story. When I look at this trilogy, this has the best Hitman story because they delve into the classiness that's always been surrounded by Hitman in terms of who 47 is a person, a very regal being. So they delve into that classiness. It's almost like James Bond in a way, in terms of just like that design.
Yeah.
But what makes the story so good?
Sorry, I had fucking fajita. No, I had chicken stir fry. Sorry, keep going.
I have heard more I've heard more farts and burps today than I have in weeks.
That wasn't me before. This was me now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it has the best Hitman story because of just the spy espionage shit that it goes into, and it goes into 47's past. Like, you know, you meet his brother and his brother. You're both basically trying to take down the fucking Illuminati. That's basically what it is. And that's
The
what
Illuminati.
yeah, that's basically what it is. You're trying to fucking like kill the people that secretly run the world.
So what you're saying is that it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, exactly. If I could just get to the graphics real quick, just 1 second. I apologize. It's been a while.
It's been a while since
I've gone fuck things up like I knew I would.
You ruined it. That's not the lyrics.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's been a while since I last loved your face.
But he says what I said anyways. Fuck you.
Coldplay.
That song is sung by Coldplay. Absolutely.
Coldplay sponsoring GameFly, Coldplay, and Sony. Give me my money.
And Microsoft. How many times we talk about Game Pass on this fucking
Come
thing?
on, Game Pass. I fucking bought 6, 12, 9 months of this shit.
Yeah, I did too. I bought 2 6 months. All
right, the graphics.
That first level when you go into
phenomenal.
When you're in the tallest building in the world and you go into the elevator and you walk into that fucking lobby, the lighting that comes through those windows, the reflections on the floor, the color, everything. I'm not even kidding. I've been gaming for 20 years. This is one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. It was fucking mind blowing how great.
I'll say this with Hitman. You know, I played the first one, not the very first one, but the first of these three. And I didn't, you know, it wasn't for me. But I will say, I was actually quite impressed with the graphics. The level of how many fucking people are in a stage is insane.
And the level of fidelity on each character model and everything.
Yeah, and how they move.
That were reused.
Yeah, I gotta say that was impressive for me. Not my game. You know, I don't think Hitman ever was really for me.
I don't think Hitman's ever been your series. Yeah, it definitely has been for me. But
yeah, you and my friend Jimmy, who has been on here, love this series. Like, it is some of your favorite games. So that's pretty cool.
Me as a man of fine tastes like myself.
I think you know what it is. Hitman is a stealth game, but it is a very certain style stealth.
Yeah.
And if it's your stealth, there's really nothing like it. You know,
the thing with Hitman is that I wouldn't say it's punishing as much as like you are definitely encouraged to play stealth. You can definitely shoot your way out of shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to make things a lot harder.
Yeah.
But the reason I've always loved Hitman as a series is because there's so many creative situations that you can get yourself into, and there's just a lot of experimenting.
It's not a beeline. It's not like Splinter Cell, where I love Splinter Cell, but usually when you're in a room, you're going to tackle it one or two ways, and that's pretty much it.
It's basically a sandbox for killing people, and that's what makes it so fun and wacky and funny. Like some of the funniest moments in gaming have been from these 3 games actually that I played.
A little poison in their food.
Exactly. But and just before we move on, I was right. I said 86 between 88 and it's 87. So yeah, Hitman 3 definitely in my top 3 of games, best games I've played this year.
All right. Well, this is a collection, which you've told me about. I still want to try them. I have not played them. If I can find them for like $20, I probably will.
Play Neo 2. Tell me how far you get.
I mean, I don't expect to get very far. You know, those games like actually, surprisingly, if you would like to know, I've rented Demon Souls for PS5 finally. So it should be in the mail. I will try it out.
I've actually heard it's not as
punishing.
Mistakenly punishing.
Well, you know, Demon Souls is so old too. That it had issues back then, and I was one of the first people.
As far as like movements and controls.
Yeah, before people get all upset with me, listen, motherfuckers, I played Demon Souls
when it came out.
No, I played Demon Souls before American release. I played that shit the Asian.
You bought the Japanese.
I spent $80 on that game to fucking import it to me. Played it 5 or 6 months before anybody else played it. So don't tell me I'm not a fan of Demon Souls, bitch hole. I fucking played the shit out of that game. Bitch hole. But yeah, no, I'm excited to play the remake.
Yakuza?
Yeah, I have not played the Song of Life. That's one of the only ones I never played. I've heard graphically it's stunning, but story-wise it was okay. And the gameplay was like they got rid of a lot of like extra. So it's like really you're just beelining the main story.
That's fucking crazy that they released what was that other one last year that people loved? The turn-based one? What was it called? Like that's fucking crazy that they released Like a Dragon the same time last year around that time.
No, this Song of Life is old. Song of Life came out in 2018 or something like that, but it's the Xbox Series X edition that came out this year. You know, that I just played Judgment. You know, these games.
How is it?
Yeah. They're fun, but there's just like so much story. Like these guys.
That's the reason why I haven't
love Kojima. Like, you know, what's his name? Hideo Kojima. And
it's pronounced Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, he is. These people follow his fucking blueprint. So you walk 2 steps, 6 hours cutscene. Walk a couple of more steps, 2-hour cutscene. It's just on and on. But I will say one thing about Judgment. I really like the combat. It's like you're just fucking kung fuing in the middle of the street, and you actually have to run after battle because if you stay there, the cops will show up and they'll arrest you. So it has some really funny things.
How is it different from Yakuza?
So combat's a little similar. This is a lot more loose and more like kind of Streets of Rage, like beat 'em up. But what's different in this game is a lot more detective stuff. So you have to like follow people. You have to take pictures, use a spy bot to like take pictures of them in the building and stuff. You're building a case. And you make choices during missions that alter if you're going to fight someone or if you can just, you know, lie your way out of it because you're like kind of a fucked up detective. So it, you know, it's fun. The problem with it is that it takes itself a little serious at times. And it gets a little sluggish in the story, whereas Yakuza, Like a Dragon, the RPG, it was 100% like just having fun. Like literally the main character was like, we're going to start a Dragon Quest party. And they're like, yes. And it's Hobo Army. And I'm like, this is beautiful. Like we're literally hobos fucking powering up and leveling up and screaming out fucking attacks from like Dragon Ball Z. You can get like fucking Buddha to like fall from the sky. You can hire prostitutes to come in and help you, and they're fucking macho guys with their dicks hanging out. I mean, shit is crazy in that game. It is so fun.
That's why I've heard why a lot of people love it is just because of how fucking it's like the craziest Yakuza game ever.
Dude, you have these things called summons in the game. You can summon, you know, the fucking little crab shaw, the little things you eat. Little pinchers, you can summon an army of them. It's the greatest game.
Army of crabs. You can also like summon like hobos and shit too.
Yeah, you can summon hobos where like a guy will come out of a dumpster and like grab them and they
fucking an umbrella or something.
Punch them, and then the motherfucker comes out with just a thong on. He's like, "See, a pervert hentai." I'm like, "What is happening?" So it's great. But
I would like to play it. It's still on Game Pass. But,
it's so good.
Get to it,
Yeah, Like a Dragon was one of my best games of 2020. Okay, so let's go. There it is, baby. I'm feeling a little hard here. I feel a little.
Did I tell you I played the demo?
Did you? For Tales of Arise?
Yep.
What'd you think? Not for you. It is very, very.
I don't know what it is. Like there's something about that combat system that it feels odd. Like it feels very old. Like it feels like like that those type of combat systems like in that fucking arena, just like, you know.
Wow, because that's the one thing that's like kind of universally praised is this is a big step forward for Tales. Like Tales has been a very much like 3D but almost 2D kind of battle system. This is like the first like full blown. You have a big arena where you can run around and attack. I think Tales of Arise is a huge step forward for a lot of Tales fans in terms of graphics. I mean, when I say
graphically, it looked terrific.
Story. This is the big thing where some people are really hating the story, especially the second half. I personally really enjoyed it, but to me, the combat is where I really thought this game shined. I really love the combat in this game. I thought it was fast paced. Looked great, and it was really, really fun how much you can combine different attacks with other characters. And then we have Halo up there, which is one of the best shooters I played in years.
Best shooter to come out this year.
Oh, I wouldn't say just this year. I would say in years.
Compared to the other two.
Well, I like, if you ask me like what's the best first person shooter the last 3 years, Halo. Halo.
Oh fuck.
Can you even think of another first person shooter that is this smooth and this? What?
Fucking make myself choke over here.
Oh, I thought you like shit your pants or something.
No, I fucking like ripped one, went right in my face.
Oh god, I didn't even know that. You could have just kept that shit in you. Just absorbed all that fucking stinky farts.
Much fried seafood today.
All right, but Halo. Is it not one of the smoothest, funnest gameplay you've had in years? It's so good. That
multiplayer is the best it has been in,
I say, since Halo Reach.
At least 10 years.
Yeah. It's and I am loving the single player. I haven't completed it yet. I'm more than halfway now. But it is a blast. I'm
really enjoying it too, but you know me, I'm a game hopper, so I like to play.
Well, you know what the problem is with the criticism I hear from people with Halo in the campaign is like, oh, well, the side missions about, go play them. You don't have to fucking rescue every Marine. You don't have to go and get every fucking weapon.
Now you see my fucking issue. Now you see the issue I have with people. The people that want to complain about like shit that's not in the game, shit that is in the game. It's like, don't fucking play it.
Yeah.
If you want to complain about it, don't play it. It's like, well, there's this, and I enjoy this, then play it.
Well, my thing is like the biggest thing I have with those complaints is like, I'm like, okay, if you're getting bored, just don't play the side missions. It's really not like the upgrades you get make much of a difference in Halo. Like, they're cool. I love that I can upgrade the hook to do like a fucking punch and make a shockwave and stuff. That's cool and all. But honestly, like, I could just blast my way through Halo. I'm a fucking Halo player.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand that. But
this is a perfect example. Like, even you who were disappointed in the lack of campaign co-op, which is understandable, but you're still enjoying it and having a good time.
Yeah,
and so am I.
Well, the thing with the co-op too is, the funniest part about it is you can tell that they took it out. You know why? Have you taken a whole base yet?
Yeah, I've done it.
So, like when you go and do your upload, you pick your weapon.
Oh yeah, you mean the 4 slots?
Yeah. You can fucking tell they're like.
Well, you know what? Not necessarily, because when you raise one, it's just raised. Like, you can actually see what I do is I'll set up like 2 or 3 so that I can get grenades and 2 different weapons. I don't know if you realize that.
Like, but
it can't be brought back down and then brought back up again.
Well, if you just do the quick load, like respawn there, it'll just load again.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you know what? It is a great campaign. I'm really enjoying it. The multiplayer has been you know me. I don't play multiplayer much anymore. I have put an insane amount of hours for me to be level almost 25 in a multiplayer game, online shooter. It just doesn't happen for me anymore.
Yeah. And I think they've addressed a lot of the complaints.
Yeah, it's still new.
Pretty easy to level up now in that battle pass. I mean, you can get easily fucking.
What did we do the other day?
You can go up
5 matches, and we were like fucking 6 levels each.
You can easily go up like 2-3 levels if you play just an hour or 2 of that.
Yeah, you have the double XPs, which they give you. They give you a lot of bonuses too. Like, if you just log in for a day, they'll give you on a certain day. They'll give you like fucking double XP pack and like a fucking backpack with a little Hello Kitty and shit. So, it's just like
because Hello Kitty is definitely in Halo.
Hello Kitty, yeah, the backpack.
There is a kitty like title card and emblem, but there's not a Hello.
No, the fucking little Hello Kitty thing on the backpack that they gave the other day.
I didn't see that. Was it literally Hello Kitty licensed?
Well, I don't know if there's Hello Kitty, but there's a fucking little kitty on the fucking Xbox on the backpack.
That emblem's been in the game since Halo 2.
All right. Anyway, it's a great game. Both of these games are great games for me.
Tales of Rise, like, I understand why you love it. I mean, you love that fucking series, but I guess it's just ultimately not for me, which is a shame because like I loved games like The Last Remnant and Lost Odyssey and stuff like that.
Well, I think for you, those games are a little bit more.
Final Fantasy 13, I really enjoyed when I first played it.
Okay, yeah, that's a little surprising because I was gonna say Last Remnant and things like that. They take a more grounded, darker, like
Star Ocean. Last Hope. I like Star Ocean.
Yeah, well, Star Ocean was pretty fun. The combat was fucking sick. Okay, so there it is again. Xbox Series X version better, baby. Sucking nuts, Sony ponies. I'm just kidding. I don't really give a fuck about that.
There's a lot of multi-plats I see on here, which is that gives you good
indication
how this year went.
Bust the fellows. What the fuck? I bust what? Crash Bandicoot. It's about time.
Bust the fellow nuts.
Bust the fellow.
Busta Rhymes is alter ego.
Spitting them rhymes.
Wait. Oh, okay, that was.
These are just all the same games.
No, I was talking about Crash, but I don't give a fuck about Crash.
I played this Forgotten City. It was okay.
You downloaded it when I was up there.
Yeah,
it has a COVID joke.
Yeah, the COVID joke was pretty funny. But have you played it?
I actually had to delete it for space, but mainly too because you told me. It's just like
it was okay. I think you would like it a little bit more. I think you would appreciate the.
Is it basically kind of like Elder Scrolls in the sense that you're just exploring and you shoot arrows at skeletons and shit?
No, I think it's
more a puzzle game.
It is, yeah. It's way more of a puzzle game. It's very story driven, which is why I think you might enjoy it more than me. It's just kind of slow. It does have really funny moments, but yeah, I kind of got bored like an hour in. I was just like, it's not my type of game anymore.
Wait, what did Like a Dragon come out on?
Oh, so remember I told you that the fucking PS5 version took 7 more months than the Xbox version? That's so bad, man.
Yeah, because it came out in like July last year, right?
No, it came out on launch. So I'm sorry, not 7 months, but what is that? March. So that was 5 months. November, December, January, February, March. That's fucking crazy. Like Sony, fix your shit, man. Oh, there it is.
There's my baby.
Chivalry. Oh, look, and for once it's on a fucking PlayStation 5 higher.
So Chivalry 2 is probably one of the
worst games ever created. No, I'm just kidding. I really liked it too. It was really, really stupid, but really fun.
It's probably one of the most surprisingly fun games I've ever played. And like I had never even heard of the original. I was watching Gamescom.
I'm surprised you never heard of the original. I was like kind of a big.
I haven't had a PC in years.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I've never really had a gaming PC. But
it's one of those games I hear about, like people always talking about, but I never really like paid attention to it. I've just always heard about Chivalry.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd never even heard about that, and I was watching Gamescom, and then they showed a fucking trailer for it, and I was like, "This looks dumb as shit. This looks fun as shit. I need to play this." And it said out now, and I was like, oh, "Okay." So I went on the store, and I saw it was on Microsoft Store, and I bought it, and I was like, "This is fucking amazing. This is fucking amazing." To be running through a battlefield with bodies lying around everywhere that have had their fucking heads cut, chopped off, and their arms and fucking legs, and just screaming in the most dumbest way possible for like 15 consecutive seconds.
Yeah, it's a stupid game.
It's so good, and that's why it's great.
Yeah, no, it is a lot of fun. It's really quick, which is what I like the most.
Yeah, what's what I'm looking for? But the time to kill in it is very low. The time to kill in it is very low, and that's why I like it a lot. It's when you die, you get right back in. Yep. Like you can, it's incredibly satisfying to go on like a 3, 4, 5, 6 kill streak. I fucking killed like 3 people once in like one swipe from a fucking longsword. Like it's incredibly satisfying, and not just that. When I was playing it last Friday, they actually added in where now you can get both of your arms cut off and still be alive, and you fucking headbutt people.
That's beautiful.
It's incredible. It was amazing, and I saw it happening, and then I died fucking laughing my ass off, and then he got his head chopped off. Like it's those like there's so many small like create your own kind of moments in it that just makes me adore it so much. Like when I was playing the fucking brawl mode that they put in last Friday. And there's no weapons in it. Like you're literally picking up fucking candelabras and fucking you spawn with beer mugs and you can drink from it and get drunk. You can fucking pick. the funniest moment by far is when I was fighting. I got killed, so I was looking through third person, and the guy that killed me was on a table because he threw something at me. The guy comes. There's a guy that's running on the table, comes up from behind, throws a fucking turkey at him, kills him, and then the guy behind him, the guy that threw the turkey, gets fucking hit in the head with the candelabra and decapitated. Like, it's funny as shit. It's incredible, and the combat system's surprisingly deep. It's got
it is.
It's got ripostes. It's got counters. It's got blocking. It's got stamina. It's got 3 different kinds of attacks. It's got heavy attacks. It's got special attacks. Like, it's a surprisingly deep combat system.
Yeah.
There's definitely been some bullshit that's come into it since I first started playing. Since I got back into it, there's a lot of fucking crouching. There's a lot of fucking dodging, which again, it's in the game. I can't complain about that, but it drives me ape shit. But yeah, people have definitely gotten better because like when I first started playing, like I would play free for all and I would win maybe, 2 out of 5 matches. Like now I've had matches where I get frustrated because I'm fucking going like 12 and 20, 15 and 20.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy it. It's the biggest surprise for me this year, and it's one of the best games I've played. It's one of the most fun games I've played in a long time, and that's why it's number 69.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I'd say the only thing I didn't love was the fact that like I felt like it didn't really have anything that I wanted after I got whatever those are, the points or whatever. Like the stuff you can
well, I
unlock
mean,
and stuff.
the progression system is literally just like new swords,
Yeah,
like,
and
stuff like that.
That
It's the
sucks.
base gameplay. It's the base gameplay that wants to keep you playing. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's you're not really, as far as the progression, there's not a whole lot there other than just cosmetics.
Yeah.
It's the base gameplay that
Yeah.
makes it so fun. It's very much like I said, create your own moments. But there's something really special about like storming a castle or running at someone just screaming.
Yeah, because they sound like really stupid.
Yeah,
which is
the voice lines are outstanding.
Yeah,
like the voice acting is terrific.
Yeah, and it's on purpose. It's not like done because it's low budget. They literally make them sound stupid on purpose.
Exactly. So I absolutely adore it. It's one of my favorite games to come out this year, and it's definitely a contender.
Now, this is a game that everybody keeps talking about.
I have heard people talk about that a lot.
I did not like it. It was
understandably so.
It was so boring.
It looks a lot like Control, but just like Control.
Control is way fucking better.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of Control, but Returnal was just so boring. I'm not even gonna say much about it because I don't want to get
into that gameplay loop.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I get why people like it, but it's just, to me,
is it the weapons? Is it
the weapons feel like it feels like a futuristic alien looking world, but it's not fun to explore. It's fucking boring as shit. Like when I'm not gonna say it because I don't want the Sony.
No, go into it. I want to hear
it. So
fuck them. I don't.
It feels like when they shoot and shit, like the enemies and stuff, it feels like I'm fighting like fucking like old school like invaders in 3D. Like
Space Invaders?
Yeah, like you gotta jump over a fucking
you mean like they do the fucking lines of like shots and shit? Yeah.
What is this, 1970? Like what the fuck am I playing?
Pong wasn't even out then, James.
Listen, I expect a certain amount of quality from a AAA studio from Sony. Now I don't know these guys out.
Who did this? Was it Remedy?
No, they're not AAA. But like the way that I was presented and looked, I should have researched it more. I thought this was made by Sony, and so when I played, I was like, "This shit is low budget as fuck."
You mean Santa Monica?
No, the people who made this game, Returnal.
Yeah, well, Santa Monica is a Sony studio.
Yeah, no, this is not. This is a House
Marquee.
Yeah, so they were just like a new developer, and then Sony bought them out. Now they're okay.
Oh wow, okay. They
they're the Stardust fuckers.
Wow. They've done like small games for
sure. So
they did Resogun.
Yeah.
A PS4 launch title. They did Dead Nation, which was a game I played a lot. But yeah, Storm Divers. They've done a lot of top-down shooters.
Yeah, so this is what that is. This is what it feels like. It feels like a top-down shooter that's a 3D shooter. What? So yeah, I just didn't like it. I don't even want to talk about it. It frustrates me.
I do
Judgment.
want to. I do want to check it out. The thing is, since I'm looking to get a digital PS5, I'll probably wait till it's like on sale really cheap.
Wait till it's $10. Judgment is like I said, it's a fun game, but I don't know if I'll finish it. Dookie Dookie Literature Club Plus, I've heard a lot of good things. Then I found out there's no voice acting. So listen,
Oh
again, I'm
God,
old.
that sounds boring.
Well, that's the thing. I'm old. I need some voice acting. I got a 2-year-old, so I'll be staring at the screen. My 2-year-old will be screaming, and I have to calm her down for a second. I turn back around. I'll miss half the fucking story, or I'll never get through the story. So I need people to be talking to me while I'm doing other shit. So yeah, I want to play it. I heard the twist is crazy, like fucking horrifying, but I guess I'll never know.
I kind of have an emergency.
What? You gotta take a shit?
Yeah.
Go take a shit.
Right. You want to talk to them? Or if you, I don't know, because I don't want to miss the list, but.
All right, I'll talk to them.
Okay. Just give me like a couple.
All right. He's got to go take a doo-doo-doo. A little poo-poo too. So with that, I just can't get the game because I just don't think I'll play it. So these are the other games on the list. So we have Ghost and Goblins Resurrection. I didn't even know this shit came back. So that's what? That's crazy. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I have not gotten to play. I've heard mixed things actually, which is strange. I've heard like some people just can't get into it, which is fine. I think it's a type of really hard game that maybe isn't for everybody. I do eventually want to play it. And then Death Stranding, I keep going back and forth. Should I play it? Should I pass? I just don't know. So I've been sitting here still debating on that one. So while he's out, my list so far right now is going to be, I like Halo, Tales of Arise, and you know what? I think I'm gonna put Chivalry on there because I really did enjoy Chivalry. It was stupid as hell, like he said. But it was a lot of fun when I did play. I played for maybe, I'd say about 6 hours, 7 hours. It's multiplayer only, so there's no story. At the time I played, I gotta say, I was smiling, I was having a good time, I was, killing people. So that's what you do. So I'll put Chivalry on there, Halo, and Tales of Arise so far. Let's go back up the list real fast. So that was at 83. Okay, so just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm not gonna put Like a Dragon on there because that was last year. Just because Sony fucked up and took so long doesn't mean I'm putting it on there. But if you haven't played Like a Dragon, like I said in my last video, if you haven't watched it, I absolutely love Like a Dragon. I think it's one of the funnest turn-based RPGs I played in years. So I cannot recommend it enough. Go check that out. But I can't put it on this year's list. I have not heard of this game. I really don't know what the fuck this is. Let's take a look at it together. Fucking what? Ad. All right, well, we're not going to wait for the ad. I'm putting Mass Effect on here too. So right now we got those current games on my list. I was just letting them know. So I have Halo, Tales of Arise, Chivalry, and Mass Effect on my list for potential game of the year. But we're not done with the
Halo,
list.
Mass Effect, Chivalry, and
Tales of Arise.
You put Chivalry on your list?
Yeah, I really like Chivalry. I just didn't, I didn't get to play it a lot because what was it, Mass Effect? One of the games came out like right after it, and I was like,
Chivalry came out in June. Mass Effect came out in May. I think it was Tales.
Oh no, here it is, Chivalry 2, April.
Oh, April. Okay.
And yeah, and then Mass Effect came out in May. So I rented Chivalry, so it took like fucking a week to get to me. So it was about May. And so I played Chivalry a little bit, and then that was it. So I was playing a little by myself. Then I wanted to play more with you, but that's when you started to date. So I wasn't able to play much with you.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah, so
probably the best 2 months of the year for me.
yeah, so then when that happened, I was like, well, shit, I'm not gonna play Chivalry by myself.
I
So yeah,
actually remember that day when we
yeah.
were playing.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna get some of this bug, and I'm like, yeah, boy, get that ass.
Well, it was
ass.
unexpected. I went and I had a great time at her house the day before, and then we were texting Sunday, and she's like, "Yeah, like if you wanted to come up again, I wouldn't mind." I was like, "James, I gotta go."
Yeah, Chivalry's cool, but ass is better.
Yeah. Yeah, that
so,
was.
So anyway, I didn't go anywhere past this, but I know you didn't play Shin Megami. I didn't either.
No.
And then Death Stranding.
I am gonna get that as well.
That's the one where I was telling people, like, I'm going every time I go back and forth with this game, I'm like, should I play? I kind of want to play it. And then I'm thinking, do I want to
rent it?
I know.
You might just fucking rent it. Like if you hate it, like, so I won't be surprised if you hate it.
Yeah, I think it's a very much love or hate game.
100%. Like I don't really see there being too many people that are just kind of like in between.
In the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, because like you know what it is? It's not really the story's like kind of confusing and dumb, as a typical Hideo game is, but
yeah,
it's the base gameplay for me that I really enjoyed. Like I really liked the core gameplay loop. Like I think it controls really well. The combat is okay. Like it's interesting, and it's got some great music though. Like the music's great.
I heard the music's great. Yeah,
the music's fantastic. The voice acting is great. The acting is great. The writing isn't great, but the core gameplay loop I feel is fun and interesting, and the environment and the art design I think is all pretty good. It's just like I think a lot of people hated it because the story was boring and confusing to them and dumb. Like,
well, I'm gonna rent it. I'm gonna rent it.
Just rent it. I mean, if you hate it, you hate it. Yeah. But it's definitely a game like worth trying because it's one of the most unique games I've played in a long time. And like, I mean, I told you, like, I fucking started playing that game at like 8:00 in the morning one day. I didn't stop till I started playing it at like noon one day or 11. And I didn't stop until like midnight that night. I mean, I stopped till I used the restroom, eat shit. Like I did not want to play anyone else. I was just that into it. Like the story was entertaining. It was entertaining enough to keep me going. I don't think it was necessarily a great written game, but it was entertaining enough for me to be like, I want to know what's happening with these characters. I want to know what's going on with this world. Like I want to learn more about Sam. So yeah. You hate it, but maybe you enjoy it like I did. So
yeah. Well, okay. So here's just kind of the ones we already went over. So Forgotten City, Tales of Arise, Hitman, which is on every platform.
Description I heard.
I've heard a lot of good things about this. Again, this is an anime game. Life is Strange. Now it's really weird because I
never played it.
I heard it was good, but I haven't heard a lot about it. It's like that weird game where I've heard that people liked it, but I feel like the first Life is Strange made a way bigger impact. I think it's because it was episodic, and this is just one big game.
Fucking huge. Like I need to play it because
the first one was I didn't finish Life is Strange. I played episodes like 1 to 3 or 1 and 2. In each episode is like 5-6 hours, which doesn't sound long, but it can be long.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And like Walking Dead, it was only like a couple hours for each one.
Yeah, or maybe I'm getting mixed up. It has a lot more gameplay than Walking Dead. Like you actually do stuff instead of just walking from point A to point B. So there's that.
Game Pass. I think it's on Game Pass. So I would like to check it out.
Oh, is it on Game Pass?
I think so. Last time I checked.
I gotta try that.
I don't see Lake on here.
Lake.
Fair enough, because I think it fucking has like it's sitting at like 70.
Well, look at that, Grifflands. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so
YouTube now.
Am I going first, or are you going first?
Yeah, I would just like to give a huge shout out for Lake. Probably one of the most boring fucking games I ever played in my life this morning.
Why the fuck did you play? Did someone be like, "Yo, you should play Lake"? You're like, "Yeah, that looks good."
Microsoft showed it at fucking E3 as like their fucking Game Pass, like new games montage coming.
I thought it was Grunt. Wasn't there a game like Grunt or Grant or Grant or GANT? There's something that's coming out that's like that, or is already out. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, Lake. Like holy shit, like
suck dick.
This game is an art game, but the problem is the art sucks and the characters suck and the voice acting sucks and there's like zero animation. Like I think it's a small budget game. Like I can kind of tell. Like there's there's a lot of things that point to it being small budget. I'd have to look into a little bit more, but Jesus Christ, man! Like between it being set in 1986 and then the fucking radio and the post truck and their songs being played from 2019.
I am Post Malone.
Really fucking dumb. No Post Malone, but there was like some country, like songs I like, but yeah, it was
a country boy.
Like I started it and it just starts with this like woman in her apartment and she's wrapping up her shit she needs to do for work, and then she's going back to her hometown while her parents are going to fucking Florida, and she's house sitting for them, and she's a temporary mailman for 2 weeks, as if the government will temporarily hire you for 2 weeks.
How the fuck did she get a temporary mailman job?
Exactly. So she goes back home to do it for 2 weeks, and that's the game. You get in a fucking mail truck and you drive around this small ass town and you deliver packages and envelopes.
You know what it is? It's showing you our life. Our life is just...
It's supposed to be a chill game, like fucking Journey or Flower, but
no,
the problem is it's not
showing you our life in America.
Which is boring.
That we have to do these jobs that eventually kill our mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like,
Postman's a good job. You get paid pretty well for that.
Yeah, except you get yelled at, screamed, harassed, and shot at. But yeah.
We're probably in a union, so
yeah. Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
Am I going first or you going first? Am I going first or you going first?
You're always first. You know that.
All right. So we got
quite Remind a few me never to eat fried seafood.
Don't eat no fried seafood, otherwise poopy come out of the dick. So
ew.
Chivalry is going to be the game where I do really enjoy it, but it's not the one that's going to be in my top game of the year. Very fun. I think it's unique enough where I really haven't played any game like it. And it's over the top and stupid in the best way, like you said. So I really enjoyed it, but it's not in my thing. Mass Effect, really fun again. Really enjoyed it. But it's Mass Effect. I've already played these games. They already got their due in our game of the year. I think these are nice.
Plenty of love.
Yeah, and I think these are nice remasters. I think they did do enough where I'd say it's worth it if you've never played them, especially to pick this up. If you played them, I think if you're a major fan, it's nice to revisit. They still hold up pretty well, especially 2 is still excellent.
Yeah, I'll get back to it eventually.
Tales of Arise and Halo are really close, and it's amazing to me that they're so close because they are like the polar opposite game. But they're kind of the 2 games that surprised me most because they rekindled my love for things that I didn't know I still wanted to enjoy. So like Halo, I haven't enjoyed a first-person shooter like this in so long. The multiplayer has been phenomenal. I have jumped on, played it, actually won matches, felt good about myself. And I also think the single-player campaign has been fantastically paced so far, and I'm having a blast. On the flip side, Tales of Arise, I think the heavy melodramatic story really adds to that old school RPG, especially anime feel to it. The combat has been the best the series has ever produced, in my opinion. And I think the voice acting was surprisingly well done. And I really thought the graphics were phenomenal. Very, very big step up. You don't see a lot of anime looking games with this high quality. Maybe Persona, and that's it. I recently played Scarlet Nexus, and while I really liked it, I think the combat's a lot of fun. The difference between the level of money put into the graphics in that game versus Tales has full-blown action cutscenes, and Scarlet Nexus has literally like frozen panels that come alive sometimes. So you can tell which one had a bigger budget. But saying that, which game is better? They're tied. They're really tied for me. I can't choose which is better. So for my game of the year, it is actually Guardians of the Galaxy. It is my favorite game of the year. I am really surprised it's not on this list.
I honestly completely forgot about it because it's not on here.
It blows me away it's not on here. Now I could see the 2 other games I just mentioned why they're on here. I think critically they're probably more loved, obviously, but Guardians of the Galaxy has to be the biggest surprise for me of the year. Not only the biggest surprise, but I think it's the biggest fuck you to people who judge shit before they play the game. I can't tell you how many people prejudge this game as saying it's the next Avengers game. It's going to be garbage. It's so
dumb as
stupid.
shit because Avengers is a live game.
Yeah, and nobody gave this
game a chance. And you play as one character.
Yeah, nobody gave this game a chance. And you know what? I wasn't in that party, but I was in the party of like, I don't really care about a Guardians game. And then I played it. And as someone, as you know, or people watching this channel, I read way too many comics. I've read pretty much any Guardians of the Galaxy story in the last about 20 years worth reading. And this is my favorite Guardians of the Galaxy story ever. I think this is better than the comics. I think it is better than the movies. And I think that it has more heart than most video games do. I think the developers in this put everything they had into this. The
developers are great developers.
Yeah, I absolutely love the story. I cried twice in this game. It really got me, especially the ending. I really love the characters in this game. And surprisingly, I really, really dug this gameplay. Now it's not without its faults because there's glitches in this game that drove me crazy at times and I had to restart stuff. Luckily, the save system is really, really generous. You usually only have to go back like 2-3 minutes.
Checkpoint system in that game is great.
Yeah, especially replaying Halo. Or not replaying Halo. Well, yeah, replaying Halo 2.
Well, Infinites has been good. 2 is bullshit.
I said the same thing till I had to fight 2 bosses in one area. Yeah, that was not fun. If you died even killing one boss, you got to fucking face them both again. So anyway, I will say this: Guardians though blew me away. Literally blew me away. I sat down after finishing that game and I clapped. I don't know the last time I'd done that. I clapped because you know why? This studio came in, had a vision, did their vision, and then said, "Fuck all you bitches for doubting me." And I think it's not only the surprise hit of the year, kind of like Chivalry for you. I think it is the best game of the year for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's I don't think this is a testament to the game itself as much as like I just forgot about it just because you know I didn't finish it. I rented on GameFly. It's about what I expected from the marketing. Like I thought it looked interesting. I thought it looked cool, but similar to the new Assassin's Creed, it was the core combat loop that I couldn't really feel like I could get past.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I don't think it's bad. I don't think that combat system's bad. I don't think it's crafted bad, but I didn't really feel like I was really into it. Like I didn't feel like, oh, I can't wait to get this next skill. Like, oh, I can't wait to have the next fight. You know, I didn't really feel that with it. And I think that's the story, the characters writing fantastic. Like I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
But because I wasn't particularly enjoying the core combat loop experience, I ultimately decided to stop playing it. I might go back to it later because I would like to go through the story just because of what you told me about it. But
it's so good. Even if you just watch the cutscenes, I'm telling you, man, the character work on.
I would go back and play it. I would go back and play it. Yeah, I would definitely go back and play it. I guess it was just other things I wanted to play to at the time, and I rented it. Like if I bought it, I would definitely.
And you got it kind of when Halo came out, so
exactly.
We've been playing that a lot.
Exactly. So I definitely would like to go back to it and see it. But I mean, I saw you start it when I was up there, and you were all really into it. I saw. So
yeah.
I would definitely like to go back to it. But short list: Mass Effect, Hitman 3, Halo Infinite, Chivalry 2. I'm gonna ask. I mean, like I put Mass Effect on here because it's Mass Effect.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that people should play it.
Like I don't even know why I added it because it's similar to like Hades. I don't feel like it's something that I'm gonna really consider strongly. But yeah, it's definitely worth playing. It's worth getting. But like I said, it is Mass Effect. But
I do want to say, if anybody's listening who has not played Mass Effect, please buy it. I am not joking. For people who have not played Mass Effect, this is a fantastic experience. Even if you want to, I don't want to say skip one, but I can understand if somebody doesn't want to get through it. Please just go and play 2. It is such a great game. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure people play this game.
I don't know. Playing 2 right off the bat might seem confusing to a lot of people.
I don't know. A lot of people did do that because remember, PlayStation fans did not get Halo 1.
That's true. Yeah.
Halo 1, Mass Effect 1.
Halo 1. Yeah, PlayStation fans. Shame they didn't get Halo 1.
Shut up.
Yeah, it comes down for me between Hitman 3, Halo, or Chivalry 2. I feel like I'm gonna cut Halo here just because I haven't played enough of it. I really am enjoying it. I think it's the best Halo I've played since Reach, without a doubt. I have really been enjoying that multiplayer experience when I do play it. It just everything about the game's terrific. Like the shooting is really tight. Like graphically, it looks fantastic. It's got some performance issues here and there. Some things look a little rough. Like I don't know if you've noticed the explosions. They're very like there's a lot of anti-aliasing on it, which looks just weird.
I don't know. I'm just swinging around like a fucking monkey. I feel like I'm Spider-Man with fucking Super Saiyan.
No, yeah, it's definitely fun and it looks great and it plays really well. And what I do like about this one is because there's not a whole lot of supporting characters in it, Chief is doing a lot more talking, which is weird, but I'm also enjoying that.
He's so good. He's so good in this game.
It's weird to hear Chief speaking like a couple sentences other than just a few words.
But wait, you haven't even gotten to the scenes yet. Wait till you get to the emotional scenes and stuff.
I think I got to it's like this underground thing after you turn off the laser and I'm about to pick something up.
Okay, you're getting close. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. There's some emotional bits. I did not expect Chief to say things. I'm just like, bro.
Is that what you're talking about me the other day? Like the lines?
No, that's the hype scene, which you're getting really close to that scene. But no, there's a scene that I was like, Chief is Papa Chief, and he must be protected at all costs because he is the man.
If he is, you know what? He is. I think he might be like the first gaming icon for me.
I think for our age group, he's the biggest.
I'm pretty sure he is. That I remember, like the first one ever.
He's the biggest, most recent. Because I mean, you got Mario, Luigi. Those
yeah,
guys
like I played Mario as a kid too, and like Donkey Kong and shit. But like, there was none that grabbed me as much as Chief.
I think for me, it was probably Crash.
I think Pikachu was another one as well.
Pikachu would be Nintendo's recent.
That was probably the first one.
It was Crash, Pikachu, and that was a couple of years of silence, and then Halo. Halo was a big one because Halo was like the first mature mascot. People like Nathan Drake and all that. That came much later. So
those are the Gen Z people.
No, I would say Gen Z is like
those are their icons.
Fortnite and Fortnite and
Jonesy.
I don't even know who the fuck to make.
Their icon is Jonesy.
What the fuck is Jonesy? Is that the main character in Fortnite?
That's the main like default like blonde-headed guy in Fortnite.
No fuck away. His name is Jonesy.
His name is Jonesy.
Are you fucking with me?
I'm not fucking with you. It's Jonesy.
Are you fucking with me right now?
Look it up. I swear to God.
The most popular fucking game on earth, and the main character is Jonesy.
He's not even a main character because dude, have you seen like who they've been adding?
Every fucking person from the fucking multiverse from every fucking universe.
They just added Mike Lowry.
What? Mike Lowry?
They just added Mike Lowry.
Are you fucking with me from Bad Boys?
I swear to fucking God, dude, I'm not fucking with you. They just added Mike Lowry, just like they just added Spider-Man.
Well, I saw Spider-Man. They fucking add Bad
and
Boys.
They added Mary Jane as well, which is
Let me ask you weird. Who's not in this. Is fucking Captain America in it?
Yep.
Is Venom in it?
No.
How the fuck do they have fucking Spider-Man now Venom? How about dude Nightmare on Elm Street?
No horror icons. No real horror icons.
No, Scream. I saw Ghostface.
Ghostface is not in it.
Yeah.
He's in Dead by Daylight.
Let's see. Ghostface.
He's not in Fortnite. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Look at that little bitch. Look at him. Do do do.
That's really weird. That's really weird.
Look at this. And then we're gonna get Pennywise in there. You got little kids running around like, "Mommy, look at me! I'm gonna build a fucking thing!" And then fucking Pennywise.
How fucking weird would it be to play as
children?
How fucking weird would it be to play as Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees in Fortnite using guns?
How fucking weird would it be to have this fucking game as popular as it is? I don't understand. There's Halo now, people. Play a real game. All right, go on. What's your 2 winners?
How did we go to talking about Fortnite from fucking Halo? Oh yeah, icons. Anyways, yeah, I have to cut Infinite just because I haven't played enough of it, but it's easily the best shooter I've played this year. Because you know what? The other 2 shooters that came out this year aren't even fucking on this list.
Call of Duty is a pootie.
And Battlefield. I did play Vanguard, as you know.
The fuck is Battlefield? There's no Battlefield this year.
Well, it was 2042, man. It's been on fucking sale for like 5 days now. For like
no, there's no Battlefield. Star Wars does have a new game this year.
Battlefield 2042.
I'm thinking of Battlefront. I'm like,
what
Battlefront are you talking about?
There's not going to be another Battlefront. I already heard about that. They're not. There wasn't enough justification and
Battlefield's still going.
Of course, it's still going. That's EA's biggest shooter.
Fucking shitty game. Okay. Anyway,
shitty series.
Shitty series, shitty game. Yeah.
Have you seen the fucking problems it has too, man? Jesus.
No, because it's fucking EA. What did I?
The time to kill in that game is so high, like it's ridiculous. Like
7 minutes of heaven.
I played the beta and I'm like, this sucks. Yeah. Like this really sucks to be.
I can't remember anybody ever telling me like Battlefield's like their favorite shooter. I don't think I've ever met someone who said that to me. I've met people who said, "Oh, I like Call of Duty, my favorite shooter, Halo, Gears." Yeah. I never talked to someone and they went, "Yeah, Battlefield's my favorite." Shut the fuck up. Battlefield what? Battlefield 1, 2, 3, Bad Company 1, 2, 7, 8, 22, 47, 2047. Like there's so many fucking Battlefields.
Jimmy said that recently. He said he prefers Battlefield over Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, no, that's different.
You're playing Halo with him.
Yeah, but of course, Jimmy would say Halo's better than both of them. I'm saying, who says Battlefield's the best shooter ever? Like nobody says that.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Maybe the people who made Battlefield, but even them, I think they played it and they said, "Let's play Halo."
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, because Halo's
yeah, but Infinite, I think this has been everything they said it would be. I think this is supposed to be the Halo for the next 10 years that they're probably going to be doing expansions for and just adding more events to the multiplayer. I mean, it's free to play multiplayer now, so I mean they can do so many things with it now.
Doubles.
Yes.
Doubles.
Probably won't, but we'll see.
All right, so we got Hitman and Chivalry. Give it to me, baby.
Yeah.
Can I guess? May I guess?
May you guess?
Yeah.
Like which one it is?
Yeah.
Sure, if you want.
Hitman.
Hitman?
I think you're going to give it to Hitman because it's the final one in the trilogy. And like you said, it's the best one. And I feel like I've known you a long time. I never knew how much you loved Hitman. You really loved it when you bought, you really love that series. So I think I know you love Chivalry. I have this feeling Hitman was that game for you where it was the first game you played in the year, really the new one. And you were absolutely apeshit about it.
Yeah. Hitman 3 is like an absolutely fantastic game. The story in it like surprised me so much. Like when I first played the first one, it really surprised me. I did not expect it to be that good. Like a Hitman story, like the Hitman stories have never mattered because you're just literally playing the games to fucking kill people in weird, like creative ways.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to fucking stick them in the neck with a syringe or garrote them or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think a big reason I really enjoyed Hitman this year too is because the environments are the biggest they've ever been. Like the environments in this are fucking massive. Like the amount of levels in buildings and just open areas and closed claustrophobic areas and different character paths, different characters going on about their business and whatnot. Like I think it's incredible. And not just that, it is one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Like when you're going to that fucking underground club in Berlin, like it's like you walk in and it's like a fucking rave, people rolling on E and fucking weed smoke in the air and shit. Like it just looks great. And the atmosphere in it is terrific. Um, but Chivalry 2 has been the biggest surprise for me this year, and I've had a lot of fun with it. Um, I honestly did not expect to love it as much as I did. I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's one of the dumbest games I've ever played. Um, that's why those fucking assholes that keep ducking and dodging me when I'm trying to fucking kill them annoy the shit out of me. So that is why I have to say Hitman 3 is my game of the year. For the simple assholes in Chivalry 2 that have kind of dissuaded me a little bit from playing.
You know what I think it is too? I think at our heart, me and you, I mean, we love multiplayer, but I think single player games are it's what we are. We're gamers who got into
gaming. That's what I grew up
outlet.
playing.
Yeah. And
I played Pokemon by myself for like 2 years before I started trading with people.
I mean, I look back on our list, and every game that we've chosen, some games incorporate online, but every game we chosen we love because of the single player as well, or just because it was single player. So I just found that really fascinating. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. To be honest, I think replaying Chivalry 2, I've had some really great moments, like the moments I talked about like last week. But I've also had some low moments in the past week that I just felt like were rotten.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, like this, the way I got killed right there was bullshit. Like, and I didn't feel that way when I played it like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
I felt like there was, like when I got killed, it was still fun, right?
There's more balance.
Yeah. Whereas now I feel like there's a lot of people just like being cocksuckers for the sake of being cocksuckers.
Yeah, there's a lot of cocksuckers out there.
But like in the sense of trolling, like there's teabagging now that people do, which
oh my god,
I think is ridiculous, and it's been brought back in Halo as well. But
yeah, I know. Fucking dude, bros. It's part of the culture, man.
It's
Don't you like it?
It's fine seeing it fucking once, but like when you're doing it over and over again, it's like, dude, like how fucking old are you? What are you? 45?
Don't you get it though? Don't you get it? I put my balls in your mouth. It's so cool. I'm better than you.
Get it? It's a tea bag. But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. When I look back at like the list, the last 20 years that we've done, we started the series 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, how many games on there, even in our top 5 of all time? Like how many games on there were multiplayer?
All single player, or if it's single player, it's single player and multiplayer. It was never just we never picked a game because the multiplayer was the best and only thing about it.
Yeah, exactly. And even still, like I just think that Hitman as a series for me it's a series that's had some really great ups and it's had some really low downs. And with IO going through their acquisitions for so long, like that's not easy to be like bought and sold by and passed around, like a fucking hoe.
And they had to release them in episodes, The first one was released.
That's how they did the first game.
Yeah, and
that's not how they did the second game.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, to do that and survive, like to be what it is now, the trilogy. That's pretty crazy. Not a lot of games do that. John.
Yeah, and that's why it's disappointing because I think it's going to be a long time before I think I see Agent 47 again.
Maybe did this not do well in sales?
I don't know. I'd have to look. I think it did pretty well. Yeah. I'd say maybe a few million. I would imagine, but between all consoles and platforms. But the biggest thing now is they're working on the James Bond game, and I think they're the perfect.
That'll take over.
I think they're the perfect developers to do that, and that will probably lead to a new series for them.
That would
But
be cool. I love a new
maybe,
James Bond that doesn't suck ass.
well, yeah, well, maybe they get on like another realm thing
Yeah.
where they do like an Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Maybe they do like a James Bond game then Hitman game.
Yeah, back and forth. Yeah.
So I would be down for that. Like two similar games, but also different.
Different enough where there's different fans, but some might like both.
Yeah. Well, and I think if I could just say, because I know we got to wrap up here, it's been a while, but
It's been a while.
Since I've gone fuck things up, Hitman 3 is one of the most breathtaking games I've ever seen. Like, I think it is the best looking game I've seen on Series X so far.
Really?
Yeah. I have not played another game this year that has been more mind blowing for me in terms of fidelity. Like in terms of performance too. Like that game runs at a steady 4K 60. I'm talking almost zero performance issues, if any.
Well, Hitman 1 was like one of the first 4K games.
Rate drops. Yeah, it was. Whenever the Pro and the X came out. But yeah, it runs at a steady 4K 60. But yeah, I would have to say it is the best looking game I've seen so far in this generation. But yeah, I mean, I've really been enjoying it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm actually probably going to go back and play it again because I want to get back into the elusive targets. That's a cool live thing that they do. I think they just finished their 7 Deadly Sins DLC, which seems really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, where you like have to like literally kill the 7 Deadly Sins in new levels.
Huh.
Like, you're killing greed, you're killing envy. Like that seems really interesting and awesome. So I would like to go back and check it out and pick up that DLC. Yeah, I would have to say it's Hitman 3 for me this year. And if I could just say before we wrap up, 2K22 has been disappointing this year.
Oh shit!
It's been more disappointing than last year whenever they had a full year to.
Yeah, I didn't even see it on this list. And hasn't it usually been on like the top 100?
Dude, fucking look it up. Look at the fucking ratings for it.
Bad.
Check it. For a game that they fucking had so much time to improve upon 2K21. So much they had fucking a whole year. 2K22. No, just 2K22, not 2022. Oh. They fucking had a full year to improve upon it.
Shit.
And look what they put out.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Look at the fucking user scores.
Damn.
Yeah. Go to Series X. That's what I'm playing on. It's been disappointing as shit, man.
Well, not much better.
Still look at the fucking user scores. Yeah. But yeah, like I've had so many performance issues with it. I've had less performance issues on last year's edition, the first 2K of this generation, than I have with this one.
Wow.
This one I've had crashes, I've had freezes. You want to talk about fucking AI bullshit ass trash too, man. So yeah, that's why it was not on my list, even though I've been playing it recently and I enjoy it here and there. It's kind of like a filler game for me, as you know.
That's your disappointing game of the year.
I would say it's probably my most disappointing. Yeah, like I expect a lot more. Honestly, I'm getting to that point where like if I even want to fuck with 2K anymore because there's so much frustrating garbage in it, and like the changes year after year are not enough to justify spending $70 because they increased the price. Of course,
it's fucking EA, and they have to.
Fucking Series X and PS5 versions for them now are $70.
Of course, why not? Why? Because they know they can get it. Yeah,
of course they can.
With this year, it's been an interesting year. Like we said, it's not a great, like fantastic, over the top. Every game is a hit, but I have to say it's kind of nice that the two games that we both picked are, well, for me anyway, was a game that I never expected to love as much as I did. I mean, Hitman, you probably did, but it looks like it exceeded your expectations even. For me, I had no expectations of Halo. I had pretty good expectations, of Guardians. Halo was better than I expected because I was a little worried after 5. And so was Tales, was way better than I expected. So it's nice that the games I did enjoy were all much better than I expected. And this year, I think is a kind of the expected year. I usually expect this for the first major year of the new consoles. right after COVID. I expect next year to really kind of impress me. And we're coming out of the gates with like Horizon. I need this
That's
next
usually how
year.
it goes. I think that's usually how it goes with new consoles. Is once the second year rolls around, that's when we really start seeing fucking big hitters.
Yeah. All right. So
I think Ragnarok is going to be big for them. Obviously Horizon. I'm wondering what Microsoft's going to bring. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of Bethesda stuff. I know that. I mean,
yeah, I'm assuming this might be Microsoft taking its year to kind of formulate the next year, which I think would be smart because this year they came out with hitters for not for maybe us like Forza and stuff, but for a lot of people, Forza was a big one. And Halo is a huge win for them.
and they released Halo game in 6 years.
Yeah, and Halo is like you said gonna last this. It'll last throughout this year to be a hitter. For 2022, as long as they keep improving it. So I would have to say this year has been, I'd say, a decent year. But I really enjoyed those games that we mentioned.
I think it's been a good year. It hasn't not been great, like last year, but the last couple of years have been good.
Yeah, and I'm hoping this year, coming with one of my favorite first games in the series, this might be a better year for me, but we'll see. But yeah, so that wraps up our series, at least up until 2022 when we're back. And with that, I would say that I would love to hear your guys' favorite game of the year. This year seems to be a little bit different. Like this is like one of the more diverse years where I see a lot of different things that I've never even played or heard of. So I'd love to see your choice. You don't have to pick just one game. If you have a few that you really enjoyed, you can put them down there. And I hope you guys enjoyed our series. We will be back for more lists and more rankings as Robbie over there is sticking out his tongue. That is an invitation, a mating call for you guys.
My tongue.
He's opening his mouth for you guys to go in. How nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you all have a sweet, lovely night. You forgot to do your thing.
I need to bash 2 beers together and drink them and then do this.
Oh, you think you do the belly or whatever the fuck you do.
Oh, a tool. I just love food. Oh.